Hello, YouTube. My name is Ricardo. I'll be a host for today. TalkTalk is a language platform. We is not exactly a real class. Is a different perspective. Is a way to practice English today, but we have another languages like Spanish, uh, Italian, French, and today we'll be talking regarding a little bit the difference from women and men is well, is sometimes it's a challenge for some people. And let me say just a little words about me. Uh, I'm married. I have a daughter. I live at São Vicente, it's first year for Brazil. And I love watching movies, hang out with my friends, family. So uh, we have more people today, and I would like to request for Wanda. Please, could you introduce yourself, Wanda?
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Wanda from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. Today is a cloud day here, but
Yeah,
not cold. Or else I have two sons, one grandson, one daughter-in-law, and two cats. Is that for now?
great. Mr. Rafael, one more time, please, could you introduce?
Of course. So, hello everyone. My name is Rafael. I'm 32 years old. I grew up in São Paulo, but I'm living now in Europe, specifically in Netherlands. But I used to live in France, where I'm doing my PhD in law. I'm a lawyer, but even more important to me, I'm a professor in university, and it's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm a host French hosting French here in Talk and Talk. And since February of this year, I'm trying to learn English to improve my English with you. For the first time in my life, I'm studying also that for sure. And it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Great. Thanks, my friend. Please, Lucas, could you introduce yourself?
Of course. Hi, I'm Lucas. I am 30 years old. I live in Guarulhos. I work in the financial sector. I am married too. My fiance is living in USA. She's coming back next month, and we live together. What else? I am in Talk and Talk for about 4 or 5 months to improve my English, mainly my speaking.
Great.
And I'm happy to be here with you today.
Perfect, my friend. And the last not least, Isabella, and your numbers on the wall. 444 is strong.
Hello,
Bring energy, good vibes.
hello, I'm Isabella, I'm 20, and this is my pictures on the wall.
Yeah,
I'm always here with this scenario. I live in São Paulo alone, but sometimes with my girlfriend because it's easy to be here because it's close to it's near to our university. I'm doing public relations, I'm in the third year of the graduation. Um, I don't have pets, but I wish I could have one. But for this, I just need more time. And I'm studying English all my life, but here only 1 month just to improve better my speak.
great. Well, uh, please, Isabella, could you write and answer the question number one?
Yeah. What are the main societal expectations for men and women, and how do they differ? Uh, I think this is a question that changed with the time. So in the beginning, we think the previous year, the man it's for the job and woman to take care of the house. But fortunately, and thank you God, these things changed a lot.
Yeah,
And now the expectations, I think it's closer with for both. So if a man just wants to take care of the house, it's okay, and women are taking their space in the job and in a social life by yourselves. And I think most closer these are. So if I could choose whatever I really want to do, it's better. And I think it not so differ in the future. Less difference in the future, I hope so.
Yeah, great, Isabella. Please, Wanda, could you answer too?
I totally agree with Isabella, and the rule tend to stay more together than separated, the role of men and women. But the society often expect the men to be strong providers and suppress their emotions. And the society expect, in the other hand, the woman to be nurturing, caring, and focus in their appearance. And I think men don't don't care about belly, a big belly, or anything in their appearances. And women all the time needs to put makeup and things like that. But I totally agree with Isabella. Thanks God that issues can change all the time. They choose the role.
Yeah. Rafael, please, could you?
Yeah, so no, I totally agree. I think that it's a open question. Even if we add also the main societal expectation, there are so much expectations for the women and the men. And I totally agree with Isabella when she said about the also that the work environment. It's something that it's better, but it's even so different. The women's keep sort of gain less than a lot. It's less than men. There are so also that the stereotypes about also that the job for the men and job for the women. So it's something that we have a lot of to do. It's an example. I really like it too. What's Wanda said about the how say that the standard of beauty. I think this is a good example when the so that how our society pressure women so much more than the men to be in the certain way to perform in the house that their femininity in the different things. It's a kind of oppression, I think. Even if we can enjoy ourselves, but if it is something that we are doing because we have to. It's mandatory, or the other people will judge you if you don't do it. It's a serious problem. But I think that we will talk a lot about the how say that the different expectations, and I would like just to how say that comment these two expectation that Wanda and Isabella bring to us. So for now, it's already good.
Great, buddy. Hey, buddy, Lucas, go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, I agree with my peers here that the classical configuration of woman and man, that is, like Isabella said, woman taking care of home and may working out of home, it changed, and I can say that it changed kind of fast. Like my mother and father generation, this classical configuration was the normal, the average of society. And now, and some time ago, even some time ago, this was not the rule. Uh, like Isabella said, the expectations are close about men and women working, having a professional career, and dedicating hard on it. So, but just like Rafael and Vanda said too, the societal expectations continues in different ways. Like woman, it's okay for men to be more aggressive and direct, while women are expected to be nice and kind, mainly in the work environment. So there are some societal expectations, but I think it's changing. It has been better, and I think it's tends to get better over time. But at the same time, it's tough because these expectations are not always uh, talking about it. Sometimes the things are more subjective and deeply in our mind and our society, in our society mind. So I think it's changing, but that there are some time to be dedicated on it yet.
Great, Lucas. Well, about my uh, perspective, is which expectations? I believe that's no expectations. What's mean? Men and women should be free and to do any kind of thing, respect each other and the people around of us. And if you would you like to talk regarding the difference is more connected to the past, as Wanda told, is more common until nowadays change a lot of change. Uh, there is a huge change, but is more common. You could see men like providers, uh, but I believe that uh, we have to survive, and the certainly uh, I don't know. A long time ago, the people lived in a different style. I believe that there are less necessities. I don't know. And I don't, a long time ago, the people just needed to one TV and the food. uh, And more recently, there are much more necessities. Cell phones, internet, and a lot of different things. So in this case, it's necessary. Um, you live not necessary, but easier when you live in a couple, uh, like partners, where you could divide in the let our life easier. That's the only perspective, because the human could be alone. So in this case, I believe that's much better if you have a person that you could share your feelings, share your perspectives, and share the bills, because unfortunately it's necessary, because if you have when you find a couple in a place where the both guys, both woman, man, doesn't matter, when you divide your expenses is much better. You could live better, and I don't know, the money is bigger when you have both people pay the bills. I don't know. I believe that's one of the reasons. Particular when you are a poor guy or poor woman or man, doesn't matter. It's necessary you work in the receive money since you as a teenager. I don't know. That's it. So uh, let me,
Yeah,
Lucas. Sure,
because I want to add something. We talk
sure.
about our society, but society from Islam, for example,
Hmm.
is totally different. We need
Yeah.
to know about the Africans, like
Sure,
Maasai
sure.
people, is totally different. Talk
Yeah,
about
certainly.
us.
Yeah, you talk regarding Brazilians, né? Because if you,
Okay.
yeah, you could just see similar expectations and behavior in United States and in the Europe, because when you, for example, go to the some country where the culture is so totally different from Brazil, the perspectives change too.
Yeah.
Uh, Go ahead, Lucas, please. Could you write an answer? You could choose
I
another
could
or
choose.
the next one. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay. Um, let's go with the 31. In what ways do men and women approach friendships differently?
Yeah.
It's a good question because, as you said in the last questions, I think there is not a rule, of course, because every
It's more
person
common, huh?
individual. So I think there's not a rule. But as long as I can see, mainly between me and my fiance, I think that men tends to and actually woman tends to be more have more tender with her friends, talk about more personal things, share more personal issues and things like that. And men tends to be, on the average, uh, more less emotional with his friends. Maybe I can see because I have my best friend. I have five best friends here that we are closer friends since the school. Uh, and it's a very nice relationship between us, but we are not used to talk about emotions and difficulties in life. So maybe thinking about it now, uh, man relationship tends to be more objective and funny, and human tend to talk more about emotions and personal issues. But it's a hypothesis. I can't say it's a rule.
Yeah. Isabella, please.
Yeah, I totally agree. When I read this question, I was thinking in the same topic. And for me, I want to put in bold how like how women do this approach, because it's so funny if you are in a party and you're in the bathroom and saying in loud voice just a comment, oh, I forgot my lip balm, and then uh, five girls that listen that will start to talking with you and say, use mine, no problem, and then you become real friends. Or I don't know, if you're in the bathroom and see uh, a girl crying, you will take this space, and even if you don't know, you will start to talking. I think women can really do this approach more easier when we are talking about something that only us can understand. And I think the men do this approach in a more different way. So if they have a football in common, or things that men do more in common, they have this facility. So I think it's this is the most different. They are much more in a group, and women like to be when the other one needs something, or it's only you, and if you can help, you will help. I think it's more this. I see at least this difference.
Great, Isabella. Well, that's is so curious for me, in my opinion, sometimes. For example, if you want to observe, using the same example, a party, if you look at the kids, children, you could see boys and the girls play together, talk with each other, and suddenly, I don't know, around 10, 9, 10, 11 years, there is a division. And after that, you could see two groups, a man group and one group. So I sometimes I try to understand why this kind of thing occurs. And yeah, but I believe that is sound like a sensation. So men have less limits. And for example, if you talk with a guy and they talk a lot of bullshit, uh, and they use bad names and the other stuffs, yeah, there are profiles, but it's more common. It's more common you, for example, observe men talk with each other and they say a lot of bullshit, bad names, and other things. And they receive it too. When you talk regarding women's, I don't know, the language is different too. And I don't know, women is more common. It's not exactly uh, uh, the entire profile when talking regarding women, but it's more common. The woman is more conscious regarding another person and they don't say bad names and the other stuff. So in this case, I don't know if you observe a group of men, the guys have different perspectives i- between us. When you talk regarding one is have the same things, but a different approach. I don't know what kind of thing happens, but that's it. And you, Wanda?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the friendship for women tends to involve intimacy and support, and then they often share feelings and offer advice and focus on building a strong bond. And then, like Isabella talked to us, uh, we we take care of other women. If in the bathroom, like the example of Isabella,
I don't know what happened.
we can share our intimacy for another women
Yeah.
without problem. It's common. And like hormones too, if two women
Mhm.
get together for a long
Exato.
time, they get their same time of the period. It's not only for
Yeah.
psychologists, it's for harmony too.
Yeah.
And for men, it's totally different. They don't like to share their intimacy.
Exato.
Then they choose talk about car, talk about football, talk about politicians, and talk about another subject because they don't like to open their intimacy. I think it is like that.
Great. Rafael, please.
Yeah, it's a good question. I was thinking about everything that everyone said, and I think that when we think about communication, we think about many factors, and I think these factors, how say that, are different between women and men in our society. For example, the message. So we talked about that women are more, how to say, can be more emotional, and normally they are, because they have this role. So this kind of the content of the messages are different. For example, for the man, it's generally talking. It's forbidden to talk about our emotions. We don't know how to do it. So the content is different. Other thing is I would say the way when we do it. So how we send the message. The women can be more physical something more even light in this kind of thing that emotional. And men, even if I have a close friend like Lucas said, it's the same to me. It's not so common to how so that kiss my friends, to hug them, when someone is passing for a difficult moment, to be more emotional. We are how so that we were taught that we have to make a jokes in the serious situations. So and there are this kind of difference that for the good and for the bad. Other subjects, like everyone said, for example, to give a good example of the man masculinity communication, it's very cool. In the same time, that can be not cool to make a joke in a difficult situation. That can be cool too. For example, to forget a little bit the moment, to forget a little bit the moment, to enjoy other things. So I think that's the role that masculinity and femininity, so the manhood and the womanhood has in our society, define the way we will communicate it with each other, especially the message and the way. So that the vehicle that we use to pass this kind of message.
Great. Thanks, Rafael. Wanda, please, could you choose another question?
Okay. I can come back to the number 2.
Go ahead.
How do communication styles typically vary between men and women? I think, like we said, communication is for women is more with the intimacy, and we get more attention of some clues of body language and face language too. We focus in the eyes if we talk with another person and this person see the sky, see another thing, we get this clue, and we know that they don't pay attention in talking. And men, I feel like they don't know about the language and face, the body and face language. I think the woman see more things. The woman see the words and the expression.
Great. Lucas, please.
Yeah, just like we said, women tend to be more kind and more emotional in their communication. Of course, on the average, right? And men tend to be more objective, funny, and things like that. But as long as I can say, I think that the gap is we are filling this gap and having communication styles more close to each other, because like the social expectations are changing, and the communication style have been affected by it. So I think it's more common to don't have a very different communication style between men and women these days. I think so.
Okay. Mr. Rafael.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I think it's I really think it's different, but I totally agree with everyone when they said that it's something we are paying more attention. So it's something that we are talking about equality, but not just equality in the sense that oh we have to be the same thing. Just to pay attention stuff that many women and men would like to do and like to communicate to others. So nowadays I really can realize that our communications is changing, and it's not just my communication, it's a general fact, like I said, that the woman can do jokes and be funny. For example, we have so much more women like comedians, and men can be more how to say that emotional and share their emotional to their friends. So nowadays I pay such more attention in my so my friends' feelings and the other men in my family, and it's totally different. For example, when I try to do the same thing to communicate like I do with my friends, with my uncles, for example, it's there are a little bit of a actric, but even then. Then change a little bit. It's totally different when I grow up. In the moment when I grow up, the communication was very, oh, I'm a man, I'm a strong or something like that. And nowadays, even the how should I the examples of men that I had, the men of that I had in that moment, they changed. So it's so good to realize it.
Yeah, great. Sometimes I when you talking and think about it, né? And if, for example, if you in a club or in a party, né? There are two groups, né? It's common. Né? It's not a rule, but it's more common. A group of men and a group of women. And suddenly I look at the bathroom and there is a long, big line in the female bathroom, and the male bathroom don't exist any person. So, and the that's weird. Né? One of the reasons sometimes is this. When, for example, a man wanted to go to the bathroom and suddenly stand up and go. And if you, for example, request some information, where is Ricardo? I don't know. I believe that he went into the bathroom. But if you look at the another perspective, the woman perspective, now, for example, a woman in a group suddenly she wanted to go to the bathroom. Oh, I go to the bathroom. Oh yeah, I'll go with you too. And then suddenly there is a group in a bathroom, and so three, four, I don't know, women, and they continue the conversation in the line, and the suddenly the me or another person come back to the group and the man, and this I don't know, and for example, the last week or a couple of weeks ago, né, I go to the Paranapiacaba, né, is a kind of party, né, and I went on the city with my wife and uh, my sister-in-law, né, and I for example observe, né, and I go directly and my daughter and her sister uh, became a lot of time on the line, so became an outstanding in line, and I think, oh, what happened? Maybe the men go to the bathroom and don't wash the hands because it's faster. I don't know what happened. So suddenly I go so fast and come back, and I have to wait for my wife and their assistant. So I believe that's Wanda uh, uh, tell the secret. Woman
I have one
normally
thing to add here.
go ahead.
Recently, I saw a study in, I don't know, I think it was in the Instagram, that chronometrate the time that
Oh, that's
we
interesting.
we women need to pass to go to the bathroom. Like we need to sit and the clothes and blah 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 everything, and how much time the men need to I don't know, peace. But and it was a really really big difference between both. And in I don't remember exactly the numbers, but we usually have the same quantity of bathrooms for both.
Oh yeah,
But in this study showed like a woman need uh, more than 50% plus than we could have in the men's bathroom.
yeah.
So we have these two. We need more time to go to the bathroom.
Well, certainly, certainly.
I forgot the media that published this.
Yeah.
I will try to search and put the link here. But it was very curious for me this. And another thing to add about the communication, I think men have they are most direct in the answers, I think.
Yeah.
So if we want to talk one thing, we
Yes
go,
or no, no?
go, go, and then we arrive in the final answer. But I know,
Don't have intimacy, né?
yeah,
That's the one that told them. Men don't share more properly the feelings, né? So answer the question like
yeah, and I
yes or
think
no. If you request some question
yeah,
about soccer, they have a kind of a speech, suddenly search a kind of a speech. But if you talk regarding your feelings, yes or no.
and not only feelings. I was thought about my dad. Like, if I ask to him, "Oh, do you like this green shirt?" He will say yes or no. My mother, it's beautiful, but there is another green, and I don't like this so much. I would prefer a light green, or going deeper and start to thinking another possibilities of colors. So I think it's in general we used to be more focused in details, and men's focal in a big way like this.
Yeah, great. Well, let me choose a question because I became interested, have interest regarding this question. I'm sorry, Lucas, you answer this question.
Yeah, I answer.
I'm sorry. I'm taking
What's the
notes at the
second
same
one?
time. And the question number 8, I would like to tell regarding a curious situation in my house because I have a hole in my sneaker. So, and my wife told, please, Ricardo, change your sneakers, buy a new one, please. And okay, I really need a new sneakers because there is a hole in my sneakers. And so, and the please go fast on the store because I have an appointment. I don't know if you a party or another thing. And please go fast. And suddenly my wife have to, I don't know, choose a dress or makeup or I don't know, take a shower. I don't remember exactly. So in this case, I went to the store, buy a new sneakers, come back to my house, and suddenly my wife look at me and Ricardo, you don't go yet. Please go to the store. Oh, you don't pay attention because I go to the store and come back to my house and I don't believe in. Okay, look at the table and the tennis, the box uh, was on the table, and so I don't believe Ricardo. You went to the store and come back to house in that 10 minutes. So eyes on the price. Go to the it's directly on the objective, direct to the goal. So I go, choose, and come back. So if you the same situation occurs if my wife, certainly my wife love comments. I don't know what happened. So it's totally different from me. For example, if you wanted to buy anything, he choose the product and simply buy. But my wife check all of the comments. Let me check if this product is really good. Let me say, let me see if there are more people tell something regarding this product. So I don't know. I believe that is better. Certainly is a better situation because you could analyze it better. But every time I don't look at the comments. I just buy and the regret sometimes. Né? Please, Wanda, could you answer this question too?
Yes, I'm not like all the women. I don't like shopping mall. I don't like to stay all the time one evening in a mall to do nothing.
Hmm.
I work a lot. I have a
I
little
don't have
time.
this patience, Wanda.
Yeah, and I don't have patience. But when I traveling and we go to shopping, it's okay. I see many things like
Mhm.
it's another kind of situation. But I saw my son is like you,
I'm sorry,
Ricardo.
Wanda. A brief introduction. It's not a prejudice. It's just more common. Né? It's more common people you see around of you, and the women love
Yeah.
shopping, and the woman there are women that love too, but it's more common. You
Yes,
observe women. Go ahead, please. But I'm sorry.
I totally agree, but I think it is a little bit uh, have a modification. For example,
Yeah.
in no Friday, Wednesday, a guy from Saudi Arabia stayed here with me, and he wants to shopping. And I say, oh my gosh, he shopping everything, she buy everything in many stores and many shirts and pants and oh my gosh. And he is a man, a young man, but he stay here in Brazil and he wants to know about our fashioning and he wants to shopping. And for me and all my friends, it's the same. We don't want to stay to spend time shopping for nothing. If I need something for some traveling, for example, I'll go there shopping and come back. I'm a scuba diver, and then I spend more time in shoppings for scuba diving
Yeah.
because I want the best one and I want to think that fitting me um, properly. Um, and that I don't spend time. I know many women uh, spend time in shopping mall, but I think it's not common anymore.
Yeah. Great, Wanda. And you, Rafael, you spend more time when you have to buy something.
No, generally I'm more like you too. So I don't I that the situation that you described it to us, could be me, but it depends. In general, I'm like
Yeah.
that, but it depends. For example, if it's something very expensive, I pay more attention, or something for not just for me, for everyone. I pay more attention to search to be sure that it's a good thing. It's if it is the price, it's good. But generally, I don't like to shop, and everything is good to me. And to talk a lot, typically, I think the men are more like that. We don't need to do this kind of thing because there is no. I think there are two ways to see it. and I will be short. A good way that is, for example, we don't pay so much attention, we don't care, so it's good. And for the women, there are a good vision too to pay attention to all details. They can express yourself, for example, buying a clothes. But there are a bad things too. So we don't have this kind like a man. We don't have this kind of experience that can be good to express myself with my clothes. I just pick the most cheapest and the someone that fits me, and it's not so good. And for the women, there are a kind of pressure because, like Vanda said in the beginning of our emotions, they have to be pure for or more something like that. They will be more judged for the than clothes than us. Everyone. So, generally speaking, but I totally agree with this kind of divisions. Fortunately, as these are changing, so I'm glad with it.
Yeah, great, Rafael. And you, Lucas?
Yeah, I was thinking when we were answering that every individual is unique. There's no way out. Me and my
Sure.
fiance, we kind of don't follow this normal rules because I buy a lot of things. I buy clothes, shoes, and my fiance, I need to insist so her can buy a new shoe and a new clothes. She's
Yeah.
not a shopping person at all. But we we are almost the same when we are talking about decisions uh, that depends on a lot of money. So like we are thinking right now, we're going to buy a car. And oh my God, we are almost a 6 months doing a lot of research and asking
Smart
person
guy,
about their
smart
car.
couple. That's nice.
Yeah, we are doing a lot of research, so it's not been easy. We are biting, not biting, but we are under a construction in our new apartment.
Sure.
And we research a lot too. We are on your, we are, it has been a lot stressful because things are expensive, a lot of expensive. So we are not so fast forwarding taking decisions that demands a lot of money. So
Yeah.
we are different about shopping, but we are more close to each other when the topic are large amounts of money, you know?
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
has been tough.
Sometimes one of the people regarding cars, uh,
Yeah,
think that's connected directly to the man, but it's not true.
yeah, yeah,
The guys uh, create cars and advertisements regarding this thing, thinking the woman, because the woman
yeah.
use the drive tests and the other stuff. So it's only the man
Yeah.
just pay or just agree with the woman, no, in the most part of the case.
Yeah,
And you,
yeah.
Isabella?
The kind of decision's on me, but
Sure.
she's helping me uh,
Yeah.
because, like, I like a car very much, and she don't like some things about that cars. And we
Yeah.
are going to drive together. She will
Yeah.
drive too, so we are
Uh,
taking decisions together.
for example, I don't know, 10 years ago, uh, the factories started to release SUV on Brazil.
Yeah,
So one of the reasons that the size of the SUVs decreased a little because of the woman, because the woman
yeah.
buy much more than men or decide
Mm.
more than men. Isabella, please.
I really like go to the shopping, but in not in a right way because I'm totally a web shopping is shopping. So if I'm in the class and oh my god, these classes are boring, I pick my cell phone and start to looking all the sites like Shopee, Shein, or even the
Yeah.
Brazilian stores in my cell phone. And I love to buy online. And I see all the comments, and I have a big favorite things to buy. So I think it's much better than really go to the mall because if I would pass all this time walking in the mall, oh my god, so hard to enter in the shop, talk with the seller, and take their time and my time. But now online, it's so easy. So totally my favorite type of buy things.
Yeah. Let me say goodbye for